August. Sorry there's not been very many videos coming out. I'll hopefully get another one out in August. It's been a funny old summer. Things breaking, things not quite going right. As they say, the best laid plans of mice and men can go wrong. So if the best laid plans can go wrong, what chance have I got with my very shaky plans? So I've had to rethink, basically to do with stuff that I won't bore you about, which is to do with some legislation about pensions not coming in, which means I can't quite get my hands on as much money as I wanted to quite early. So I've got to think outside the box on that one a little bit. And also things breaking. Car broke, failed its MOT, which is the yearly Ministry of Transport test, with a potential whacking great bill of 850 plus another 200 for the handbrake if I got it done and sorted out. My car's not worth that much, and I don't really care too much about cars, but I need one at the moment. So instead of that, I did it myself. Took a little bit longer. It only cost me £200. So let's have a quick look at that. Right, so I've already done the port side. Now it's time to do the starboard side, and things I've got to fit, and I'm not quite sure what these are because they're not very boat-like, is that thing, which I think is something to do with the tiller linkage. That which is to do with the suspension. Boats don't have suspension, so it's a mystery to me. And whatever that thing is, looks like something to do with the rigging, but we shall find out. Anyway, I've already done the other side, and it took me ages, but what I didn't realise, of course, is that, I watch Mads and Sail Life, and I think I'm going to try and do it the way that he does this stuff. So he just kind of does this thing like this. Oh. Well, that didn't go quite as planned, did it? I think it's either finish it off or stick on port tack only. Hang on, let's see if it's a 2-click process. Right, there we are, sorted. Just need to put the wheel back on. Do you know what, I think actually this wheel steering is all very well, but I think I might actually convert it to tiller steering. That'll be easier for next year's MOT. Super. So having sorted that, the other thing is my main camera broke, and the LCD broke because I dropped it on the way over from, I think from Lundy Island to Padstow. I think that's when it broke. But then very recently it stopped turning on, so I'd ordered the LCD, so my hope was I could replace the LCD screen, take everything else apart, and if I put it together maybe there's a loose connection, it would start working. So let's have a look, see if that worked. Okay, so here's a little bit more on this short series of how to fix things. Unfortunately, it'd be nice if I had a series on how not to break things in the first place. This was previously my main camera that I bought sort of middle of last year, so I could put an external microphone. When I came round on the journey, after about the second day, I think, coming over from Lundy, I dropped it and the screen cracked. So you probably notice if you watch the films of the journey, I'm kind of saying, right, and I think over there is, because I can't actually see what's going on. But it lasted for the end of the journey. Unfortunately, now something else has happened, because it did have a big fall. I broke this and I completely wrecked the GoPro when I tried to film it under dolphins underwater, and it kind of gave me about 2 seconds worth. I'll show that here, and made a beep and then gave up. And now I can't even switch it on and off. In the meantime, before it actually broke completely, I did, from Hong Kong, manage to get a new LCD screen and this intriguing tool, and it's worth, I don't know, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this apart, see if I can fix it, see if there's anything wrong with the switching on and off, and see if I can put the screen on. So it could go one of two ways, couldn't it? Disastrously wrong or just wrong. So anyway, let's have a go at this. Right. Have you ever heard that phrase that it's easier to make fish soup out of an aquarium than it is an aquarium out of fish soup? Those are all the screws, by the way. That's my way of, look at all those screws just to get that far. So it took me ages, but I've finally figured out how to get the LCD screen off. The sad thing is, of course, that I've probably got to take all of this apart to see if there's a problem with this power connection, and that still might not fix it. So right, okay, onward and upward. Well, the good news is that's the new screen fitted into the frame, and that's the old one. Quite difficult to do. Oh, it's just starting to rain. That's great. That's not focusing properly, isn't it? I'm really confusing it. Got one LCD screen trying to focus onto another LCD screen. Anyway, I've got to pull the rest of it apart and then put it back together. But if nothing else, the screen's fixed. Well, to be quite honest, I'm not desperately optimistic. My strategy here is simply to take everything apart that I can and then put it back together and hope that it works, because that does sometimes work with things, but it's very annoying that the actually replacing the LCD panel was relatively straightforward, which was the original problem, and the other problem I've got no idea where it came from, but can I get all this back together? I'm not sure. I think there's about a 1% probability that it will work, and I think there's only a 5% probability that I'll actually manage to get all this lot, plus all these screws, I counted 59, back together. Anyway, such it is. Fun, fun, fun. Well, the good news is it's got a lovely, lovely new screen, LCD screen. The bad news is it doesn't work, it doesn't power up, and that's something that's happened over the last few days before the screen actually arrived. So, never mind, it was worth having a go. It's probably better that the car worked actually rather than this, but it's a pain, so I shall be investing in a new second-hand camera shortly. Well, that was a shame, wasn't it? So, new camera needed soon. Other changes. I meant to do some fiberglassing work, but I wanted to get a video out early, and it's too rainy and horrible and wet, and I wanted a few dry days. We've got a few dry days, so there will be another video coming out later in August where I actually look at doing the fiberglassing. I need to take out a through hull and fiberglass it up. Lucy, my daughter, came down, and I decided that I was so upset about the fact I got stuck when I was coming up Faversham Creek that I would measure and double check the draft of Serenity, because I always quote it as being 1.4, and I was convinced, because there was about 10 centimetres worth of mud on the bottom of the keel we took her out, so thought let's actually have a proper measure of this so I can see what the actual draft is, and let's see whether I was right and that it's a bit deeper than 1.4 or not. What did you just say?
I said, what if the boat falls on me?
You better not knock it over.
I am small and squishy.
Yeah, well, whatever. So what we're trying to do here is to actually measure the draft of Serenity, because I'm convinced she's more than 1.4. So Brayton's trust over here is trying to get something underneath the keel so that we can measure it. This might take some time, so let's get back to this when she's succeeded.
No notifications.
So Little Miss Brains here have decided that we can get a spirit level app on the phone.
Can you see it moving? That's quite clever.
Go on then, put it on the thing and see if it...
Oh, it makes noises. Stop making noises.
So it's this end you need to... this side.
This bit?
Yeah. Well, not... a bit further in. That's where I'm going to...
It's nearly level, but not really.
Well, it's nowhere... you can see it's nowhere near level.
Wait.
It needs to go on its edge, yeah.
No, because that doesn't work, does it? Yeah, no, that's not level. There you go, that's level.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Actually, that looks level.
Because it gives you the numbers as well here. Okay, now I'm wiggling it about, so it's not level anymore.
Oh, shame we haven't got anything to prop underneath the thing, but anyway. So...
oh my gosh, it's really noisy.
If I drop this from the water line here... Right, so this is scientific, because that's a level thing from the keel. We'll check this on the other side as well. That's touching the bottom there, and that's about 1.48. So it's deeper than what they say. I thought it was. So there we go. Wasn't my fault we got stuck. It's the fact that I've been working to 1.4 and it's more like 1.5. So I shall start using 1.5 all the specs for Mirage say for the fin keeled Mirage say 1.4. I don't know if it's because it's a Mark 1. I don't know if it changed. Anyway, there we go. I have been out sailing actually, and you probably noticed somewhere in this rather grand Medway Yacht Club Regatta 2017 t-shirt. Do anything for a free t-shirt, by the way. Many thanks to Sailing with the Foxwell Family, fantastic channel which I highly recommend, and I'll put a link to their home page. Ian invited me out onto Seahorse, which is their lovely Hansa 29. Hansa 29? I think that's what it is, yes. I'd never been sailing before, but he invited me out for the final day. I mean, I had a few specific jobs to do which were very simple. They were moving from one side to the other and clipping and unclipping something to do with the Spinnaker pole. And I don't do Spinnakers. I've got a Spinnaker, one came free with Serenity. I've never even taken it out of the bag. I've never even looked at it. I don't even keep it on the boat. I've got a cruising chute, which is lovely, and I have clipped that up, but I've never actually used it. And I thought, well, I'm never going to get to use a Spinnaker. But to be quite honest, I thought, yeah. Now, if Ian can go out and do solo sailing and do jibing and stuff with a Spinnaker, and I'll put a link to that specific video as well down below, then I should be able to do it with my sort of slow cruising, whatever. So I thought, let's actually have a look at it. And I think the person who cleaned my sails took it out and said, well, it's okay, it's not in brilliant condition. But so anyway, let's have a look and see what the Spinnaker looks like. And Lucy is going to open it. I couldn't find the tripod. The only person who's seen this is the person who owned it previously, and the sail guy.
Ooh, it's very crispy.
Well, actually, I was expecting it to be pretty horrible. Is there a corner I can put my foot on?
Sorry?
Is there a corner I can kind of put my foot on it? H. That's the hell. It's massive.
Smells funny.
Smells funny. Oh, we can't have a Spinnaker that smells funny, can we? Gosh, this looks bigger than the cruising chute.
See his ears behind you.
Oh. Actually, do you know what? That's not bad. It probably doesn't get picked up on the video, but it is a little bit. It's got little specks of sort of dirt on it, but it's very, very lightweight, lighter than the. Brilliant. Who's it made by? What's the label say?
Jeff Helms.
Oh, so same as the other ones. Yeah, that's very acceptable, isn't it? Do you want to shove it back in the bag now then? So there we go. When you will see this on the boat, I don't know. I might get, if you're watching this, Ian, I might volunteer you to give me a hand with it, because I haven't got a clue how it works. What?
Just roll it.
No, just I think you can just scrunch it in.
I was going to do it easy.
I'm sure there's a proper way of doing it so all the important bits are in the right places. But that'll do. It's not as pretty as the cruising chute, but given that it was free, I'm very happy with that. So there you go. Hopefully next time a little bit of an update on how the plans are going, and some actual boat work, and some sunny weather. And let's try and get this show back on the road, shall we? See you then. Bye.